Hey, this is Christina with leadsandleverage.com. I am with you today for another episode of The Ribbit Show. And today I am going to show you or talk to you about the all-time perfect lead generation funnel. And I am positive that we are all looking for it. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to tell you what it is. And we're going to go from there. So if you are watching this in replay, would you do me a favor and comment below? Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're watching from. And let me see. The question of the day today is going to be, where is your absolute favorite place to vacation? Where do you like to go for vacation? What's your favorite place to go? So that's the question of the day. So we're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to talk about the all-time best perfect lead generation funnel. That's what we're going to talk about today. So as I said, if you're watching this in replay, please comment below. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know your absolute favorite place to go on vacation. And I need to upload the page so I can see your comments. As you comment, we're going to get into this a little bit. We're gonna find out about what the best lead generation funnel is. Perfect. There is one. There is one. So let's do this, you guys. If you're watching live, please let me know you're here. Comment. Let me know where you're watching from. I know it's live and you're here with me, but let me know that you're here with me. And let me know where your favorite vacation place is. Okay, so we're going to get into this. First of all, I'm going to get into basically what's a funnel. What's the funnel? So the funnel, the lead generation funnel itself. Okay, so hi, Mary. I'm waving at you as I'm reading your thing. I'm here watching from Phoenix, wanting to vacation in Antarctica. I understand that. It's probably like melt city there right now because it's so hot in Phoenix. So where is your favorite place that you have gone on vacation? So let's get into the pieces of the funnel, basically. Okay, so basically your funnel has 5 main aspects to it. You have the people. So people are everywhere. Okay, you have people, and then you want to turn people into your audience, your listening audience. Okay, and then you want to capture them into your database, something like that, and then you want to nurture them, and then you want to convert them. Okay, so that's 5 main steps. You've got people, audience, capture, nurture, convert. That's why I say I help you capture, convert, and close. So that's the narrowed down, but on either end of it, there's the people and then you have the closing. So people, audience, capture, nurture, convert. Okay, so those are the kind of the flow of your funnel, the pieces of your funnel. And then people want to know what's the all-time perfect one. And the reason I named this one, this specific ribbit show, the reason I named it the all-time perfect lead generation funnel is because, one, we're all searching for it. We're all looking for it. And the problem is, here's the problem, you guys, it doesn't exist. There is no all-time perfect lead generation funnel. So it doesn't exist. Now there's a process that works better than others. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you the tools that work better than others, but here's why. Here's what happens. We're constantly on the search. Instead of actually building and getting our funnel implementing for us with what's existing right now, we wait because we're waiting and we're looking for that perfect software, or we're tired of having to use 3 different pieces of software to make the funnel really work for us, or, and so we're constantly looking for something perfect. And I get hundreds upon hundreds of emails and messages and notifications from you guys saying, well, I know you teach me to use this, but what about this one? And what about this one? And what about this one as far as products go? And here's the thing, guys, it's just all noise. It is just all noise. The only time that you should be going out and looking for a specific tool or something like that is when you actually have a gap in your funnel. But most of us don't even have our funnels built. We don't have a funnel built. We want like something to miraculously come along and create our ads for us. We want something to miraculously come along and create our emails for us. And we want something to miraculously come along and to convert our database for us, and so on and so forth. And the thing is, we just got to do the work. We have to do the work. Now, there are tools to help us, and I'm going to share those tools with you. And I'm going to help you set up the perfect funnel. The perfect funnel is the one you have set up and you are using. That is the perfect funnel. You can't determine if there are products or vendors' tools that you should be using over another one until you're actually using one and realizing that it does or does not work for you. And if it does not work for you, then you have permission to look. If it is working for you, you don't have permission to look. So this is a little bit of a shiny object stuff, but here's what we do. We keep searching for a solution when we just need to get to work. We need to implement what we already know and what we already have. So there's always a way, no matter how much money you have or how little money you have, there's always a way to make the perfect lead generation funnel work for you. You don't need to search anything else out. There is no all-in-one solution. I don't care if you're obsessed with ClickFunnels or some of these other ones. There is no all-in-one solution. Here's the thing. Here's why. When you try and use an all-in-one solution and you try and use it as your all-in-one solution, this is what you end up with. You end up with a solution that is a jack of all trades, master of none. You end up with crappy conversion rates. You end up with a nurture process that you didn't create, which doesn't actually nurture your leads. You end up with all kinds of stuff. So guys, let's go into this a little bit, but let me look at the questions. Nick says, I have people every day message me on my listing ads. I can't get all of them to convert to buyers. What can I do? You need to nurture them. So it's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to convert everybody. Not everybody's ready. Not everybody's willing. And quite frankly, they probably don't know, like, and trust you yet. And so you need to nurture them. And what I mean by nurture them is when people are messaging you or emailing you about something related to real estate, you need to put them into a sequence, whether it's via email or snail mail. I suggest both. And face-to-face, if that's possible, meaning if you have their address, you know where they are. I suggest all three of those to nurture them over the long haul. You get people that are ready and willing and able to buy now, and then on the opposite end, take a long time. Our shortest, when we brought in a lead, the shortest amount of time from the moment that we met the person to closing was 2 weeks. The longest amount of time so far, there's still people in our funnel, the longest amount of time so far has been from the day we met them, or it was actually an inquiry online, the day we met them, 54 months. So you've got, in our experience, 2 weeks to 54 months. And you've got to be building a relationship with them. You've got to be giving them a reason to discover on their own, in a sense, that you are who they are going to want to trust with this transaction. And there are all kinds of ways to leverage that. You can do relationship building one-to-one just as easily as you can do one-to-many. One-to-many is one-to-one. Yeah, so you can do that. So here's the funnel. Here's the way the funnel works. First of all, you've got people. You've got, if it's an online sales funnel, they'll say it's traffic. But really, it's just people. There's people everywhere, okay? And people are on Facebook. They're on Google. They're in person. Basically, they're your unmets. You don't know them. Okay, and I'm looking at my notes to make sure I get this all for you. Then you have to turn those people into an audience in some way, in some form, into an audience that wants to listen to you, an audience that trusts you, an audience that gets to know you. In whatever way that means, you can do that. And a lot of ways you can do that is through targeting. You identify your audience through targeting. So you've got the general crowd way out there, way out there. You have the general group of people, but then you got to find the audience of people that are most likely to use your services. And that's through targeting. So there's a number of ways you can do that. You can do, you can do all kinds of in-person stuff. You can do snail mail stuff. You can do, Facebook ads, you can do Google pay-per-click, you can do all kinds of things, but you need to figure out a way to identify that audience, okay? And a good way to do that on Facebook is to identify them through targeting. Here's the thing. You need to be identifying that audience in all layers, not just one. And some of the longer layers are harder ones to build up initially, but the most robust and the ones that are going to give you the biggest return are things like Facebook and Google ads and Facebook ads and things like that. And they take some time. You're going to have to invest some time into them and build them up and create that foundation. Whereas people always say, well, a brand new agent should just jump right in and go do this and go do that and go face to face. And I'm like, yeah, but then if that's all you're doing, then you're scrambling and you're always scrambling and you never get out of that hamster wheel of scrambling for the next deal. You need to be building your layers. So you have the general general people out there, you need to identify your audience. That's the next step. Then the third step is you need to capture your audience. You need your audience to go, oh, yeah, I want to go a step farther with her, with him. And you do that through landing pages. Online, you do it through landing pages. You give value and you ask for an email in exchange for value. You can do it face to face. Hey, I can help you get their information. You want people to become your Mets. You want to add them into your database. And I'm going to actually tell you the exact programs to use that have the best conversion rates for the whole funnel process. So you need to build them into your database. That's the point. So you have general people, you've targeted your audience, and now you're going to bring them into a closer sphere with you, a closer relationship with you through email, snail mail, client appreciation events, things like that. So you're going to bring them into a closer relationship with you. And then you're going to nurture them. You're going to nurture them because you want to nurture them over the long haul, because even if their purchase is 2 weeks from now, I told you that our shortest purchase was the day we met 2 weeks later. Even if they purchase something 2 weeks from now, that is not the only time that they're going to buy or sell real estate, is it? And they have family members and they have friends. So we need to keep nurturing. This is why when you get the statistics from NAR that talk about that consumers are more than willing, like something like 70, 60, 70, 80% of them are more than willing to use their same agent that they used, but they don't 2 or 3 years later because the agent didn't stay in contact. They didn't nurture. It was a deal and done. It was a one, and we can't do that. We need to be nurturing. So you need to nurture. You need to use your email marketing system. You need to use your blog. You need to use Facebook. You need to use the free send out cards account that I give members in Facebook Domination Secret. You need to use the monthly marketing plans that I give members in Facebook Domination Secret. That's what you need to be doing to nurture people. You are nurturing everyone, whether they've used you or not. It's nurture. Nurturing means creating and or building relationships. You are creating or building a know, like, and trust relationship with you and them. And that's what the nurture is. It's for all levels. People brand new into your list, people who have bought 5 houses from you or whatever. That's the thing. You need to nurture over the long haul. Okay. And there are actual products and services you can use that will help you. I'll talk about those. The 5th step is you convert them to the closing table. And that comes through the nurture. That comes through the consistency, not the creativity, you guys. You can be as creative as you want. That is not going to get you a conversion. What's going to get you a conversion is consistently giving value, consistently showing your character, consistently being in relationship with people. That is what is going to convert. And when you have the conversion, when you have the deal, when you're at the closing table and it's done, you know what? You go right backwards 1 step to nurture again. You nurture them again and you keep nurturing them. You stay in relationship. You don't disappear. It's all very simple, but we make it very complex and it doesn't need to be. So here are the tools that I recommend that you use. This is your structure. This is your skeleton frame. This is the framing of your lead generation funnel. Okay. The people, where the people are. The easiest way, one, is to be involved face-to-face with people, but sometimes we're not comfortable bringing people into our database that way. So guess what? You need to do that. You need to learn how to do that, and you need to take classes so that it becomes a skill that you develop. Some people seem to be naturals at it, but guess what, guys? It's a skill. It's a skill that anyone on any planet, in any country, there's people on other planets, but any country, anywhere, with any extrovert, introvert, it doesn't matter. You can develop this skill. Absolutely can develop the skill, and you need to develop the skill. The other piece is you need to start while you're developing that skill, while you're doing that face-to-face, you need to be building the rest of your foundation, which is all of the online stuff, because, this is something that a lot of gurus and trainers are not really teaching. They're still teaching that old school. And I don't like saying old school in a negative way because it's not, but we're still teaching that old school face-to-face. And we just have not made this paradigm shift leap in our brains that, guess what? Online is a relationship. Online, we're getting more and more engaged with people through online. Witness Pokemon Go. I'm serious. Look at that. People are complaining because people are on their phones. And yet when I'm out watching people, they're on their phones talking to each other in real life, chasing after the same goal. But they're out exercising, walking, and engaging with each other. And so here's the thing. The internet, online, it's a relationship builder. It's a relationship deepener. And so in order to build your business, you have got to find your audience. This is step 2. Find your audience online, and you can identify it through Facebook. Facebook is the best way right now to target your audience, the best way. So you need to be gathering people in Facebook, Google, in person, and then you need to be identifying your audience through Facebook targeting, okay? Then to capture them, you're gonna need a landing page software. That's first and foremost. You need a landing page software and an email marketing software. And here's the deal. I don't care how sexy all these other ones are and how you think they're gonna be the end all be all. You do not need them. What you need is lead pages. And I'll be giving you guys the link in this thread, in these comments. In fact, I'll just pop that right in right now. You need lead pages. They have everything you need. They have home value page. They have everything. Every capture page you could possibly need. That's what you need. There's links in the comments below. So you need lead pages. And for your email marketing service, no, a real estate specific one is not going to be okay. No, it's not. They're too busy focusing on transactions or calendars or some other way to track the prospect or the client. You need somebody, a business, a company whose sole focus is getting emails into the email inbox. Deliverability. You need a MailChimp or an Entreport or a ConvertKit. That's what you need. That's what you need. That because when you capture, you gotta put them somewhere so that you can nurture them. You also need something like send out cards or a way to send snail mail stuff. And I put all the links in the comments below for all these. Those are the pieces that you need. Those are the ones I recommend. If I didn't say it, then I don't recommend it, including real estate ones. There are, I'm not going to say any real estate vendor names. I like everybody in real estate. I don't agree with the things that they're trying to sell us, but I like them as people. And so there's a lot of products that we hear, oh, but that has landing pages. Yeah, they also have 5 other things and they suck at landing pages. So don't settle for mediocrity. Settle for the highest conversion you can get. And that's why I recommend lead pages, because that's what they focus on. They're going to help you with your conversions. You also need to make sure you get into the email inbox. These are all important pieces, you guys, okay? You also, if you're one of my FDS members, you need to be using the monthly marketing plans. Every single month, I give you a marketing plan. Those marketing plans help inspire you with ways to connect with your community, your email community, in a way that's beyond transcends email and snail mail. So you need to be using those. Those are awesome for you. And they helped us a lot. And I want them to help you, to give you those ideas where you just feel uninspired. Because I'm going to say this, guys, consistency trumps creativity. You do not need to be creative. You do not need to have fancy marketing pieces. You do not need logos. You do not need a highly beautifully designed website. What you need is to implement your funnel and start getting leads and converting them. You don't need fancy email templates. You need to send an email. You don't need fancy snail mail pieces. You need to send a note. We need to get back to just the basic stuff that actually works and implement it before we start going, ooh, creativity. And as someone who loves creativity, I'm very visual. Witness my calendar and back as the visual piece. I've got cutesy things everywhere. I'm very visual. But let's be real. There's a reason that Craigslist, the website Craigslist, is very, very popular and works very well. And it's the ugliest website on the planet because it functions. It works. People like it. It's consistent. You know how to navigate it. So you need to be focusing on consistency and do not even consider creativity. Do not consider other products. Just ignore your colleagues when they say, ooh, you should be using this or looking at this. Ignore the vendors when they're at conferences giving you tips on how to do XYZ, and then they say, oh, but you need our product to do that. Ignore that. Okay, you guys, you absolutely need to use the tools only, not go chasing all of them. Lindsay says, so you don't recommend a landing page being a page on your website? Well, actually, lead pages, if you use WordPress for your website, lead pages allows you to embed through a plugin, so it looks like it's a landing page on your website. But I absolutely do not recommend you use landing pages created by your web developer or that come with your theme on WordPress or that come through another thing, because they're the focus. If you are not an expert in conversion, if your web developer is not an expert in conversion, and as a web developer, they're not, then it's not going to convert for you. And so, and I'm really kind of firm about this because I know it. I mean, I know this in my experience. I know this. We are so focused on just getting that landing page out there, and if we do it, we're frustrated with the dismal results that we get. So if you want conversions, I recommend lead pages. And if you use a WordPress website, you can actually, there's a plugin that you can plug in your lead page right into your website, and it looks like it's right on your web page, your own website. So yes and no. That question was kind of a yes and no thing. Sorry. So do you guys have any other questions about this? And if you are popping on now or you popped in the middle, start at the beginning. Start at the beginning as soon as this is over, because you can't hit replay right now, but start at the beginning and listen to the process. I walk you through the funnel. I walk you through the funnel tools, and you guys have to remember something. Hey, what's up, Frankie? So you have to remember something. You have to remember something. Stop searching for a solution and just get your butt to work. Now this is kind of funny. I am so fired up because I just got done listening to a Tony Robbins interview. And man, that guy is on fire. And he's like, I'm going to do some butt kicking, only he doesn't say butt. And I was just like, whoa. And then my timer went off that I needed to be with you guys. And I was like, wow, I'm going to go into this with some Tony Robbins energy and some Tony Robbins confidence and some whatever. So I am with you guys and I want to help you guys. But here's the reality. Like I said, we got to stop searching for a solution and we got to implement. Let's see. Nick says, I don't know what a lead page is. I've got some homework to do. Thank you. Lead pages, and the link is in the comments. So if you go to the comments here on this whole thing, Nick, you'll see that I give you a link to Lead Pages. Lead Pages is a software that they create landing pages, and their landing pages are all ranked according to conversion rates. So you don't have to create, you just plug and play, you put it in, you know it's going to convert, you're good to go. Oh, Lisa said, I actually watched something recorded from Tony Robbins. So, and I can actually put that in the group. I'll put that in the group. Don't let me forget. So tag me in the membership group. If I forget to put that link, it's a great piece. In fact, I'm not even done yet. I had to set my timer so I could come back to you. Lisa's like, oh, and thank you. I need to just do it. Yes, we all do. It's the same with me. I have my areas where I'm just like, I get into this research, or look. And I say I'm being distracted. This is something that Brendon Burchard says. He goes, we say we're being distracted. We say we're being distracted by Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is. But a distraction that happens 3 times is a decision. It's not a distraction. And I was like, okay, well, hit me with that one and stab me in the heart, and that's real. So if you're distracted by the same thing more than 3 times, it's not a distraction, guys. It's a choice. It's a decision. So, and I want to recommend, this is something that really, I've loved it. It's called, what's it called? It's called Newsfeed Eradicator for Facebook. It is a Chrome plugin. If you use the Chrome browser, the best distraction. I'm trying to break that habit of being distracted, of going across my newsfeed, because as you guys know, I work in my groups with you guys. I do ads on Facebook and things like that. And so I needed a way to just stop myself. And so I am working on breaking that habit. I'm not using the word trying. I am working on breaking that habit. And this Newsfeed Eradicator for Facebook, huge. Inspirational quotes instead of my newsfeed. I love it. I love it. So, if you are going to also work on breaking your decisions, your distractions that have become decisions, like I said, then put some tools in place to help you do that. So that's all I have for you today. Really just the whole funnel, the tools, and stop searching, start doing. Stop the search, start the do. Just do it. Get the pieces going. You can't decide if something's better until you actually know whether what you have works or not. It's really that simple. We make it harder. We make it more complicated. Thank you guys for joining me awesome having you with me. Thank you so much. Glad you're taking my Tony Robbins energy that I'm throwing at you. He is an inspirational guy, and I didn't realize I would come into this with this much energy watching him like that. So that's kind of funny. Anyway, thanks you guys. Have a good afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow on the next episode of The Ribbit Show.